There's a star waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our minds.
What is up, YouTube? I am back again. This past weekend I had my competition. Went very well. Today is Monday, so it's been a couple days, but I just wanted to come on here and talk about how it went, how I feel about everything, and maybe a little bit about what's in store for me after this meet. And then first up, I just want to say thank you so much for 133 subscribers while I'm making this. Probably going to be more by the time I'm posting, but I was just celebrating 50 subscribers, or I was thinking about doing that, and then we hit 100 by the time I came back and checked after my competition. So I was like, whoa. So thank you guys so much. Like, I don't really know how hard it is to get subscribers on YouTube, but I don't really care. To me, that's awesome. And even if a few of you watch these videos, that's super cool. I didn't really think anybody would ever watch these, but so thank you guys so much. But anyway, so I just want to talk about how the meet went and how I feel about it. So the days leading into it, honestly, and the whole block leading into it, I wasn't feeling super great, especially in my legs. My legs were feeling super jello-y, and nothing was like sore or painful except for my pec. Me and my PT Justin are still trying to work that out, but there's definitely some pain there. Other than that, usually my hips would be beat up, my neck, my shoulders, my knees, everything. But I felt actually really good, which is probably a good sign. Come meet day, I felt like a lot better on the day. Still a little bit jello-y though. And I had these goals in mind where I was gonna basically just try and get as close as I could to my old total. So it was in Richmond. Me and my wife drove down there the day before, stayed the night, did early check-ins, equipment check and all that the day before. I did a mini gut cut the night before. So the morning of, I was actually a lot lighter than I thought. I was 88.7 kilo, which was great. I didn't have to worry about spitting in a cup or anything crazy like that. And then I just ate some food, started to get my mind right, started warming up for squats, felt all right. It's kind of hard to tell. By the time I got to my last warm-up, I was still kind of unsure of how squats were going to go for the day, but I hit an opener of 245, and pretty much at that point I knew I had a goal of my top end was 280, because that would line me up nicely to hit my old total. But me and my handler, I think after the second attempt, 265, that's when we were like, all right, there's no way that's out the window. So I went with my original goal, which was 600 pounds. Well, let me show the 265 first. So this was the 265. It moved very well. I felt all right. Every time in these meets, they usually have a new bar. The end of the barbell spins a whole lot because the bushings aren't broken in yet. So I could definitely feel that on the day. And at that point, I was like, all right, 600 is going to be a grinder. So 280 was completely out of the window. And then we went up to 272.5 kilo, which is 600. And I'll show you guys here. Did not quite get it. It was a pretty big grind. I usually don't even fight squats that hard, but had I gone 262.5 or even had I gone 260 and then 272.5 and just planned to hit that on the day, I probably would have hit it. But hey, oh well, can't complain. 265 was still 15 kilos over anything I've hit in training so far since cancer. So really can't complain. I was not even mad. But obviously hindsight, I probably should have just planned for a 600-pound squat. My original goals were. But anyways, after that squat, I was zapped. Really, I got really tired after that, pretty much for the rest of the meet. But all the stress was taken off because I knew my old total was just not in reach. So at this point, it was just like, all right, have fun, see what's there. Bench, like I said, was also going not very well in prep. And I actually ended up taking a day out I was benching 4 times a week. Sorry. And I went down to 3, and I also took some back offs out. Pec was still hurting though. It wasn't too bad on the day, but definitely very much still hurting and still there. So I took 170 for my opener. Also, fresh haircut, by the way. I honestly don't mind this shorter hairstyle. I do want my curls back, but for now, it's not bad. But anyways, I took 187.5 for my second attempt. Moved well. And then I took 192.5 for my third attempt, just because I think my original goals were around 200 kilo. So bench was also just not feeling good on the day. So I just took 192.5. Honestly, mostly surprised with that. I really thought, based off of my prep, I did 190 kg and it moves really well. So to only have done 2.5 kilos more than that on meet day, it did surprise me a little bit, but then again, it was still probably just as easy as that 190 kilo bench in prep. So I definitely had more, but well. So that was bench. After that, took some more pre-workout, tried to get some more energy. And then really my only goal left for the day was just to outpull my squat if everything was feeling well. So I took my warm-ups. Honestly, they did not feel amazing, but I just ignored it. And then I did my opener of 230. That moved well, felt pretty good. And I told my handler I'm just taking 250 as my second no matter what. I had 2 options for all my seconds, but there was no reason to take the higher end of that range. So I just took 250. That also moved very well. And at that point, it was like I could try for 270, which would have been pretty close to my PR, or I could just chip what I did on squat over 2.5. So I squatted 265. So I was like, all right, no, I just want to deadlift more than I squat. I've never done that before. I ended up pulling last in my flight too, which was awesome. That was another first. And it was the perfect selection, 267.5. I'm very happy with that. Thank you, Abi, for helping me with that. And that just made the day feel really good because deadlifts have always been my weakest lift by far. And to pull just 10 pounds or 5 kilos under my all-time best was amazing. So 267.5 is around 590, if you guys don't know. 590 pounds. So that was awesome. So much hype for that lift. I could imagine there were some people watching on the live stream, and just I was thinking about everybody who said nice things to me along this whole journey since I got cancer, and just like the little kids that reached out to me telling me I'm inspiring them, all that stuff. I was like, I gotta pull this. So there was just so much hype for that lift, and I felt so confident going into it. And that was probably the most I've ever grinded a deadlift as well. Even though it may not look like it, it definitely feels like it. And oh my gosh, my pecs. Both my pecs, but especially my left, was cramping up big time on the way up. And then it hurt pretty bad after the pull. But then I got immediately had to sign to get drug tested, which usually happens after my meets now. They say it's random, but I think it's because I got best lifter. And then that was it. Me and my wife went out to eat after that to this spot in Richmond. Maybe I'll put a picture up. If you guys are, I think it's downtown Richmond. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with Richmond, but it's an amazing spot. They have these fried mac and cheese balls, and the burgers are great, and the sweet potato waffle fries, and the desserts. They have these donut balls with this raspberry dipping sauce and ice cream. I'm sorry, I'm being fat now, but it was a good time. And then we drove home, and that was it. Oh, also, my wife had her week 4 right after the meet, and she ended up doubling her best ever squat max, 336 for a double. That was her max at the time. And then she benched 204, which was a 6-pound PR. So that was awesome. She was definitely tired. She was, oh, I forgot to mention my brother and my mom were also competing on that day alongside each other. So that was really cool. Both from I think my brother missed one lift, but it was on a technicality and it wasn't because of strength or anything. So basically they both went 9 for 9. My mom did go 9 for 9 truly, 27 white lights, PRs across the board. My brother had matched PRs and PR deadlift, so that was super cool. And then we just went back home and that was it. But all right guys, as I'm editing this video, I just wanted to come on here and give a huge thanks and a shout out to Berto for following along this journey, helping me document it, tell my story, and of course getting all this footage that you guys see here from the competition. And yeah, I'm beyond thankful to have such high quality edits and stuff for, you know, to look back at. So shout out Berto. I'm gonna leave all his links in the bio. You guys should definitely check him out. He's got a website, and check out his social medias. He's got Instagram, TikTok. I think he might even have a YouTube channel. Maybe I'll try to find that, but anyways, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much. Again, thank you so much for everybody who supported me along the way. Anybody who tuned into the live stream, anybody who showed up, anybody who just sent me a kind message to encourage me. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. And I just pray that you bring glory to the Lord and that I can just show people what's possible through Jesus. And I don't want you guys to think that any of this strength comes from myself. It's a supernatural strength, I think, from the Lord to be able to lift through chemo. I was on my deathbed 6 months ago, and sorry, some loud car going by. So I was on my deathbed 6 months ago, stuck in the hospital for 6 weeks, did 4 really intense rounds of chemo, and the only reason I was able to lift through all of that and actually get stronger is because of God. And there's really no other explanation. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I feel like in a way this is a fresh start. It feels really good. My powerlifting career has a new beginning now, and there's a lot of beauty in the suffering for sure. Met a lot of cool people during all this, and so just trying to soak it all up now and then move on. I think my next video you guys will see is probably my road to 800 kg. That's what's on the table next for me. It's been a goal of mine for a long time, so I'll probably do a road to 800 kg series. I think that'd be cool. And then I could probably show you guys like my new program, which I just finished writing yesterday. But let me know what you guys want to see. And then part 3 for the cancer story should be out hopefully soon. Thanks for the support on that, guys. Those have been doing really good. I think a lot of you have been pretty interested in my horror stories, which is understandable because they're pretty crazy. So if you guys haven't seen those, I can probably put a link up. But super blessed, guys. Very thankful. I just feel great right now. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. And just remember, when we are weak, then we are strong. God bless, guys.